All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk real quick about the video Ernie Shell just put out where he's claiming he's bringing in the Georgia militia. This is unbelievable. He's bringing in the militia. He's got witches working for him, warlocks. It's just a ball of evil. I'm laughing my butt off because it's something new. The devil went down to Georgia, and that explains why Georgia's coming into this case of the Summer Wells case. This is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, we're gonna listen to his video real quick that he just put out. He's over at Prayer Gardens or whatever, whoever they I don't know. These people got 7 different YouTube channels, but they're all the same people. It's just crazy. It is crazy. So we're gonna watch some of this. And I don't know, how's the militia keep the cameras rolling? And this has never been done before. The government's even saying it. So let's watch his. It took me another half hour to go live again. If I put anything in the title of this case, it would not let me go live. I had to just put YouTube as the title, and then it let me go live. And then I changed the name of the title and the description because they wouldn't let me go live. Discriminating. Oh, yeah. Crazies. Oh, yeah. Covering up crimes. Well, that's what it looks like is possibly charges against YouTube. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but that's what they're saying. Now, let's go ahead and watch his video because it's hilarious. He's going to call. They're trying to get him locked up in jail. Well, what's new? If you weren't out there doing all this crazy crap, if you weren't doing the stuff you've been filming, they probably wouldn't be looking for you. You know, how many times you got to tell these people that? I don't know. They act like, you know, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Let's check it out. It's unreal. How in the heck did the Georgia militia get involved in this? Who knows? And I blame all this on Dog the Bounty. I knew this was going to happen once we went ahead and made Dog the Bounty Hunter a bounty hunter. Now Ernie is Dog Chapman and Dwayne Chapman. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's see a little bit of this here real quick. It's all games. None of this is real. It's crazy. It's a movie. To me,
A big problem, folks. We have Lightning Viper throwing his little DHS card around saying they're going to try to bring charges upon me. For what? For what? So let's all say this in the chat together. Everybody in the chat, let's do this right now. Let's give Viper, Mama T, Nicolina, and every single one of them over there who thinks that they're going to stop us. Let's go in our little emojis and let's find the middle finger. And on 3, let's put a lightning bolt with the middle finger up. Let's do that. Let's show them that we're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of Viper. We're not afraid of none of them. On 1, 2, 3. Let's see it. Lightning bolt, middle finger. Lightning bolt, middle finger. Let's show them we don't care. We could care less about these people. Constance Sue, you're such an idiot. But I mean, there we go. Look at this. There we go. There's the lightning bolts with the middle finger, lightning bolts. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's show Viper that we don't care, okay? We're not afraid of fake Viper. Fake Viper. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you all. Now, Viper showing his DHS card.
All right, so this guy Viper, which I think that's the guy that was just in Miss Mama T's channel or whatever, showing some card. I don't know. It's not a, I don't think it's a badge. He was showing some card or something. That's what Ernie is talking about. But I wouldn't believe anything any of these people, folks. The government, I do believe, is probably onto all of them. You know, I would think. You know. So that's what I'm thinking. You know, there is involved, many involved, and it's turning. I got attacked myself, spiritually or demonic or whatever, and I don't know if it had anything to do with these YouTube cases or talking about it or whatever, or if it's just a witch or I said something somebody don't know. I'm not sure, but this is crazy. How is the Georgia? Let's listen to this because it gets pretty interesting how he creates it.
Viper's showing his DHS card, people. We're in trouble. Oh my God, I'm shaking in my boots. I hope he is DHS. That way, when I sue, I can sue DHS. And yes, I said that. The more affiliations he has, the more we're going to make. Thank you. You reckon he tried to join the DHS because he thinks that he's going to be immune in immunity? That's not how it works, my friend. It's not how it works. I am going to steamroll your ass. He's fabricating crimes, which is a felony. And I'm glad that Robert was watching a while ago when he was doing that. I mean, I literally had to send him the link. And he was like, "What's this fool doing?" Dave, by the way, Dave, are you in here, Dave? You are Lori, okay? You're Lori. Constance Sue, you're an idiot. I want you to know that. You're an idiot. Leave Constance Sue alone. Don't block her.
Yo, what's up, Debbie Fox? All right, now does anyone know or has anyone ever seen this guy named Dave? That's the thing they're trying to figure out who this guy Dave is. That's a multimillionaire that's supplying all this money. No one has ever seen him. Right now, supposedly Ernie is saying the guy plays guitar or something like that, or is in music or something. So it's interesting to find out who Ernie is talking about. We might know these guys. We don't know. The music business is a big thing. So what do we got this far? Well, if it's true what he's saying that this guy Dave is backing him and all this money and all this that and yada yada yada. Well, now you got more people implicated in this whole madness, and there's no one else to blame but these YouTubers. My God, they got themselves dug into a deep hole. It's unreal. Now the militia's coming, Debbie. The Georgia militia. We all know who's in Georgia. The devil, Charlie Daniels, sang about it. It's crazy. I am now 100% in with the holy rollers that this stuff is demonic, witches are real, all this stuff is real, and I'm full scale and forever whatever they want to do. They're saying violence is coming, and it probably is with this crazy talk of
Don't
militias.
block her because I want this to blow up in their face. Viper is dumber than Chance. At least Chance knows he really can't do anything. You know what's funny, William? You're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's me. It's already being handled. He's scared. He's scared. He's got his little card. Let me tell you what DHS agents never would do. If you work for the Department of Homeland, you would never come out and do that. You would never do that. That is stupid. That is stupid. It's
Well, that's true, but if this guy worked for Homeland Security, he would have had a badge, uh, you know, a press pass, not a badge. I agree with that. And I don't know if they would show any evidence that they worked for Homeland, not in the public, not unless the government's been listening to me and YouTube is our new battlefield. You know, it seems like the streets have calmed down in the neighborhoods in the USA. And now where's it gone? To YouTube. So maybe we were right about that. It's possible. We'll have to see.
Qualified immunity is what officers get, not blanket immunity. Exactly. He's an idiot. This dude is one of those one-uppers. I mean, if you look at his Facebook, the son of a bitch looks like he's Zorro or some shit, like a Mama T wannabe. He looks like Han Sushi from the samurais. He's got a samurai sword with a martial arts get-up, with a Japanese get-up on. If that's not funny, I don't know what is. You're talking about this fat son. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. You're Lori, by the way. You got to play Lori.
Well, see, now Ernie's talking about Dave and Lori. Well, which they're in the music business. So is he trolling our channels and he's watching what we're watching? And now he's using Dave and Lori in this, implicating them in this, right? They're the ones that are supplying the money. They're the ones that are maybe, I don't know. Debbie, what do you think about all this madness? What do you think? I think we go with what we got scheduled in the USA because it's obvious you can't trust anybody. It's like Colville was saying, don't trust no one. You can get away with murder, get away with murder. Ugh, yikes. That's pretty crazy. But it's the truth. We have the evidence and the proof that he said it. So, is that what they've been doing? They've been using biologicals. Well, it's been known for a long time that these people have biological weapons. It's been known for a long time that the Southern people have their own biological weapons. That's true. There was someone talking about it today in a chat, Debbie, that they are the biological people. They have well, see, it was on the news here in Indiana that these groups down south were making their own ricin and anthrax, right? That's proof. That's 100% true. That was on the local news many years ago. So we know that they have biological chemical weapons. Let me see what Debbie's saying. Lori, the one we knew, would not look at Ernie's twice. I think he's been watching our channel and he's using Dave and Lori, right? Which is Lori, what is it? Lori Mishmash and Dave Levine or whatever. So I don't know if I think that's what he's trying to do or something. Or maybe they are supporting. Who knows? They're loaded. They're musicians or whatever. Who knows? Mishmash. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. It's crazy, but you know what? They might be looking into them. I don't know. This is pretty crazy. Something to do with sex or drugs or something. I don't know. He's been saying all kinds of shit. What's he doing? He's trolling, folks. That's how Ernie got to where he is right now. Is he was a troll. Where did he learn? How did he? Who else was a troll? Ryan Upchurch was a troll on Facebook for many years before he got on YouTube and was singing. That's a proven fact. That's how he got into this whole thing. He was a troll. He was trolling people years before he even got famous. He always says a bunch of shit. Yeah, well, I don't know. Now it's Dave and Lori's problem. Dave, you got to play Lori's part, which who knows who these people are. I'm hoping they let us know who these people are because This is horrible. Do they know what they're supporting? I don't know. Are they paying to try and kill somebody? Is Ernie Shell a hitman? And they're paying them to try and kill me? Maybe. All for my music, probably. No, it ain't funny, Debbie. You know it as well as I do. It's true. She's laughing her little butt up. They're gonna kill you, Johnny. Steal your music and soul. I believe that. I believe they would do this. I do. I really do. When I was listening to Nick earlier, she was playing Ernie and heard the sniffling again. Oh, cut it. That lady is. I can't believe it. Didn't she just come up on prayer gardens and people are like, "Don't let her up. That's not Katie. It's like the Wizard of Oz, right? Nicolina's the witch." I can't deal with this. Shoot them all and pay for their funerals. I can't do it. You hear me, FBI, government, Homeland, and everyone? No, just pay for their funerals, give their families a couple bucks, and make them all go away. Debbie, no, this is bull crap. This shouldn't be going on in a case of a missing child or what we all suspect, a murdered child. Nick is no witch. Well, that's what they're claiming. And we are going through with 100%. This witchery and sorcery and evil is real, and we need to deal with it in America. We're on 100% board with Putin, Russia, the rest of the companies, the rest of the governments and everything. This must end. And now it's time to end it, I guess. The Lord, I mean, He wiped the earth clean before. I think we're getting ready to do it again. So let's continue to watch because I don't know how he got the militia coming in, but Georgia militia.
You're Lori. Lori, let me say this, Dave. How much money have you put out in hotels so far? Just give me an idea. How much money have you put out in hotels for where we're at and everything? How much money have you been putting out? Just food alone. Just food alone for 5 people. How much have you put out for food, hotels? What do you say you put out? Give me a figure. For the hotels, the 3 night skiing sport, the roundup, the bus money to get 2 of them in. How much have you put out, Dave? Just give me a figure. Yes, I'm weird. It's adding up quick, lad. Just give me an idea. Give me an idea. Give me an idea what you put out. And does he clean the potties at DHS? I don't know, but he's getting ready to be cleaning. He's getting ready to be somebody's cellmate bitch, and I know that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He dresses up in a samurai costume just like Chance does. Dude, go look at his Facebook. Go look at his name. Look at Facebook. And I swear to God, we've got a picture of it. He literally dresses up. He's got a samurai sword on there. You know, to be a samurai, you got to be grounded, right? The fat bastard's grounded. I'm telling you, he is. He's equal to the ground. Yes. Sweet Katie. You know what? Oh my God. I'm telling you, people. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do love my food. Thank you. Do love my food. Everybody get in here. It's just getting ready to get good. Unity is the civil protection mechanism, not a criminal protection. He's an idiot. An idiot. He's an idiot. When he was over there flapping his card against the screen, I was literally laughing my ass off. I was laughing my ass off. He's going to bring DA.
Well, I was over there when that happened. I know what he's talking about. I don't think it's not a badge. It was some kind of card. Now, it might have been clearance, a card you need to get into government official buildings and stuff. It might have been one of them, but I don't think it was a badge. But we did find out from Viper that Ernie was caught with 6 badges, uh, restraints, mask, and numerous things by the police. That's what they were saying over there. That they found a bunch of stuff on him when they got him, even drugs or whatever. Now, I don't know if that's true. We're going off of this war. This is a war between either bikers, either these people are associated with a biker thing or something, but this is a war, or they all belong to the same club and the heat's getting hot and they're all going crazy. But this is what we think is going on, that they're all connected, and the heat's coming down and now they can't figure out what to do. They made themselves, they put themselves on the radar of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and to many, they're on the radar now. I hate to say it, to the vigilante organization, where the vigilantes are coming in. I heard once they heard the militia was coming in, they're all like, "We're coming in. We're going to take on the militia." You know, they were asking, "What do they got?" I'm like, "Well, they're down south. The government, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, is saying they make their own ricin out there, out of castor beans, and they make their own anthrax. You know, it's nothing compared to what the government has, but that's what these people have. You know, so maybe they're coming in. I don't know. Keep cameras rolling. By the time I'm done with this, it's going to probably be one of the greatest movies ever. Debbie says, "Listen to him. I cannot listen to Prayer Garden. That person is disgusting. I don't know. I know they've flipped out many times. I think they're demonic. Witches. I think they attacked people. I think they hide behind the churches. They hide behind all this stuff. And it's pretty crazy if you ask me. It's pretty crazy. I'm not sure what happened to any of these people. I don't know. What do you want me to? It's not like ATS News is a married woman, Turner. I'm sure her husband knows where Mrs. ATS News is. Why these people come here doing this? I have no idea. It's craziness. It's just crazy. You're trying to put a jacket on me, and that jacket just ain't gonna fit, boys. I don't know what they're trying to do. It's just crazy. No one gives a shit where people are. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Just into it. Robert was on the phone. I just had sent him the link when Viper did that. I was like, man, you got to. He goes to it. If you don't know who Robert is, my attorney. He looks at it. I'm sending this shit to him. He's like, this dude's a fool. He is a fool. I'm like, I told you. I told you. He said, this is going to be a walk in the park. This is going to be a walk in the park. So,
well, I don't think it's going to be a walk in a park. And there's some guys down in Texas saying we're getting ready for a civil war, which this might be. We might be getting ready for this in America. Now, we know they have biological chemicals. That's why we called the government. And, I imagine we're going to be supplied with the real stuff, not homemade ricin and anthrax that they've been using. And they've been using it everywhere. I mean, that was literally on the news, the local news in Indiana many years ago, that they were already looking into this, and people were getting sent in mail. They were numerous people were sick by it. They couldn't figure it out, but it turned out that it wasn't that anthrax, that the government was actually transporting anthrax through America, and it accidentally contaminated people. So, yeah, but do they have this stuff down south? Well, according to the sheriffs and the FBI, and whether Homeland is in on it or knows about it, supposedly, yes, down southern Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, them areas. Uh, they were caught or doing something, making their own biological chemicals, which I thought was funny because she goes live on Fridays. Today's Thursday. Today is Thursday. I think tomorrow she goes live. I think Friday night. Yeah. So she's probably busy. You folks forget she's got a couple kids and a husband.
Can't believe this. Now, there's a lot of people in here, and we're already boots on the ground. Everybody's seen what we've been doing. Um, I've told everybody what we need to do, what we have to do. So we have to up our game. So we have invited some Georgia militia guys. There's about 4 or 5 of the militia guys that's going to be joining the search for Summer Wells. They're going to be joining the search for.
There you go. Right from the horse's mouth, the Georgia militia is coming in to help with this whole thing. This is crazy. Keep cameras rolling. She had a schedule live today. I didn't see it. Nothing popped up. She was in chat last night, I think, or this morning. I think she was in chat this morning. She didn't say anything. Debbie says she was in chat waiting. She never showed up. Are you kidding, really? Debbie? Hold on a minute. Yeah, I didn't even notice it. It don't even I ain't even getting I'm not even getting notifications that people are going live. They like literally cut me out completely of everything. I'm loaded down to the hill here with everything I got because I'm afraid they're going to attack. So we're just going to open fire on anything. They shouldn't play games with people's heads like that. Yeah, I didn't even know she was going live. She didn't even send me a message. She didn't even say anything. So I didn't even know she was going live tonight. It says the 13th, then she switched it to the 14th. Well, I think she might be mixed up. Uh, Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. But when you got 2 kids and a house and a family to take care of, I could see how she got the dates wrong. Next time, someone let me know what's going on. No one ever tells me anything. I'm always the last to find out. You know, they never tell me anything. No, I'm not. I'm not stealing any. We were onto this way before any of these YouTubers. The only reason these YouTubers are changing their story is because they know we're onto him, and they're like, he's not coming off of us. No, we're not coming off his. We're definitely not coming off his. Nothing added up what they said. Many people called the authorities, and the authorities said, these people are very bad. They're all affiliated with organizations and stuff. And that's when it clicked that the whole dang thing, their whole thing is a scam. And they are killers. They are evil. They are magic people and do the dark arts. And they are what they claim they are, crazy. More crazier than I can ever be. But how do you handle this situation? I don't know. It's gone too far now. You're talking militia. They're talking about biological weapons and stuff. That's why we made a call to the government. We need some stuff. We need some stuff to fight these guys. It's already been on the news numerous times that they've been using this biological shit that they've been making themselves. That's why we made the call. We're getting ready to invade America. They got biological weapons. We need some help out here. I don't know. That's all we can do as United States law abiding citizens. Yes, that's what I thought, Debbie said. I, it said the 13th, and she switched it to the 14th. Yeah, that's probably what happened. It's all right. No biggie. It's no biggie to me. No, I feel like they stabbed me 150 times in the back.
Summer Wells. Now, so we're going to be boots on the ground all next week. All next week. And we've got people on a list that we're going to be going and visit. We're going to visit these people and we're going to do what has to happen. We're going to do what has to happen. And we all know what that is. We're going to do it for Summer Wells. Now, this live is going to be more of an informational live. It's going to be a formative live. We will dip and dap into things we're doing, but here's the way it's got to be. It has to happen. It's now or never, folks. It's now or never.
And if I was a normal dude, listening to Mr. Shell here, Debbie says he's sniffling again. There's a sniffles. Well, Debbie, he's outside probably, so he might be. You think he's sniffling? He's doing drugs. Is that what you're trying to say, or do you think he's got the sniffles because he's probably out in the woods somewhere, hiding from everybody? Right? Who knows? I mean, he has done that before. But if I was sitting back and I was a government person and I was listening to this, what has to be done now? You're calling in militia and stuff like that. What has to be done now? What are you doing? And I was in another channel and they were talking about biological and all that, and I was like, well, that's why we made a call. Some people made a call to see if we can get support from these madmen. This thing they got going down there, the good old boys down there, whatever. Debbie says yes. When he starts sniffing, he starts getting pissed, sniffing crazy. I don't know. Debbie says the sniffing has begun. Maybe.
These people are not going to allow us to work the way we need to work. Well, they're not. They're not. They're not at all. They're going to keep doing what they do. And that's fine. That's fine. But we're going to overcome it. We're going to overcome it. We're going to overcome everything. We're going to bypass them. We're going to rise above it. Because what they want us to do is quit. They want us to quit. We're not quitters. You're not a quitter. I'm damn sure not a quitter. None of you are quitters. For some reason, last night's live with Gavel Geeks, Tiffany Marie, Lips, and that timeline has drove them crazy.
Well, I think what's driving them crazy is now they're saying that Ernie's sending mail to people, and you don't know what's in that mail. He's, I don't even know if anything that these people are saying is true. We don't know if he sent anything to Nicolina. We don't know if he sent anything to anybody. There is no proof of that. If the government would come out and say, Mr. Ernie Shell sent this to this house, then we would believe it. But if you got YouTubers that then themselves are affiliated with bad people, is anything they say true. The only thing I am going to say to Congress, Senate, and Oval Office, and Pentagon, what is true is I do believe they do have biological chemicals, and I do believe they've been sending it through the mail, and I do believe they've been doing it in many things. If you tested down south, I bet you find all kinds of stuff. It's probably hotter than a pancake down south. Now, I'm also into catching their witches and goblins and demons and shit. We're on board with the other countries of this has got to stop. And it does have to stop. Whenever you have magic, witchery, clubs, organizations, biological weapons, the only thing you can do is call the Pentagon and ask for reinforcements and a little bit of their bios to fight against this madness that they've created. This I don't just keep the cameras rolling. This has never been filmed before. You know, if there's one thing the Oval Office got right is this has never been done before, and I'm doing it. You're watching the greatest movie ever.
It's drove them crazy, people. It's crazy. It's drove them nuts. And it's going to continue to drive them nuts. It's going to continue to drive them nuts.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure it out. Is it the demonic demons that they conjured up, or is it the biological weapons that they've been using? And these people are going nuts. They're going nuts. You know, and that's what we're trying to figure out. Why are they going nuts? Is it an STD? Is it they're using bios? Is it they're all rabid? You know, they all got rabies or whatever. Are they eating human food? What is driving these nut jobs to do what they're doing? I don't know. The only thing you can do is call the military and ask for support. You know, weaponry, cannon, everything you can get your hands on. Get a hold of them and let them know these nut jobs are planning an attack, and you got to strike first. You know, that's all we can do. That's it. That's it. This is really happening, folks. This has never been filmed before, but we're getting it done right now. This is probably one of the greatest movies ever. Now let's continue.
William says, Mama T really needs to clear out all those weeds too. I watched a video today. I watched a video, folks. Watch the video. I watched a video today. And I'm telling you what.
And it goes silent. See? He watched a video today, folks, and he's going to tell you something about it. And then it just goes silent. Nothing. And when he comes back, he don't even talk about the video or anything. It's like something sidetracked him or something. Debbie thinks he's doing drugs. Maybe he's outside, Debbie, and the weather's making him get a runny nose or something. Let me see what Page Turner is saying. This Ernie guy and Johnny are both quacks. No, I'm not a quack. This has been going on way before you even know Page Turner. But we're interested in finding out who Dave is and who Lori is. Right? Because that's what we're interested in seeing, to see if Ernie has been trolling Dave and Lori's channel and my channel, and we're waiting to see what the whole thing is. Which a lot of people don't understand. The government is within the music business. they I don't want to tell you too much about the music business, but yes, there's affiliations with the government and music business. Now, what are we dealing with here is my question. That's my question. What are we dealing with? You know, how crazy is this? Pretty crazy. That's why we're filming it, because it's just completely crazy. Like I said, folks, there's truth within the lies, and there's lies within the truth when it comes to this case. That's all I can say. And we're
So thank you. I appreciate that. I know that. I know that. So right now, guys, I'm going to let everybody go over to Prayer Garden for a special announcement. When Prayer Garden goes off, we're going to talk to some of the militia and the people that work for us. Much
oh
respect.
man.
God bless you all. Thank you all for fighting a good fight.
There you go, folks. The Georgia militia now works for Ernie Shell. Wow. How does he do it? I have no idea. This dude is running. He's head of the Hells Angels. Sonny Barger himself took his jacket up and said, "This is your club, Ernie," and gave his cut. Right? That's the story Ernie told us. Like, this is great. Keep cameras rolling. What else did we find out? Well, we found out many things. Now the Georgia militia is coming in. Right? The Georgia militia is coming in. They work for Ernie now. They're gonna find Summer. This just gets crazier. If this ain't the craziest stuff I ever heard, I don't know what is. Is that why you don't go outside, Johnny? Fair of the snipples? No, I'm always outside. I cut grass. I'm always outside. I got to help with family. You know, just because I go live a couple times a day doesn't mean my whole day is YouTube. I'm doing stuff around here. You know, like tomorrow, I got to go cut a yard if it don't rain. The grass is getting tall around here with all this rain. So, I have a life. I had a life before YouTube. I'll have a life after YouTube. I just have a disability. And that's the thing. I keep telling these people, don't push us, don't mess with us. We have mental problems, and next thing you know, you might have 400,000 people dead within a blink of an eye. And they just keep pushing dude's strings, and I'm like, no, we're not gonna arrest that dude. You guys deliberately pushed his strings. He snapped. Now there's 50 of you dead. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, don't mess with a trained military guy or whatever. I don't know. It's a movie. To me, that's all this is. Bunch of crap. I do believe we should go into war in the United States. I truly believe that. I'm just like every alpha male United States man. I want to attack. They're doing everything they can to try and keep me from attacking. I want to attack. I want to rip their heads off. I want a massive invasion, but I can't, right? Because vengeance is the Lord's, not mine. All I can do is let you guys know there's talk they have biological weapons down south. And if you are going to fight these guys, you're going to have to call the United States Pentagon and see if they have any extra bios that you guys can use to fight this war in America that they created. I didn't create their war. They created this. I didn't. I didn't create this war. They drew first blood, not us. We didn't start the war. I think Debbie said yesterday we didn't start the fires. They were always burning. Exactly. It's just like the song. The Billy Joel song. We didn't start the fires. They were always burning. Yeah. Sometimes I'm questioning the Lord waking me up. I'm like, you should have just let me sleep, Lord. You should have just let me sleep. Blood soap, vengeance, not mine. The Lord saith the Lord. The Lord's vengeance, not mine. Or I would have been out there already just opening fire on anybody. Not gonna lie, I probably would have. I probably would have. You drive a man crazy. Yeah, you're gonna have many deaths in America. When they're deliberately driving people crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how crazy it is in America. I would be trying to de-escalate this whole thing. But the more and more, they suck us back into it. Now we're locked into the movie. I wouldn't doubt it if this shit is connected to Florida. I wish we can get Grady Judd or Judd Grady uh, on this. I wish he'd call me. What do you need? I need massive fire, but you got any war hogs? Give me a couple war hogs. Give me some. They got bios down there. I've been telling you that no one wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to listen. And it's a biker club. I don't care who it is. I can give two craps who it is. This is why we have troubles in America. But I'm going to make a movie out of it. I'm going to make a movie out of it. Now, people are saying if anyone old comes around you, it's possibly Ernie Shell. Open fire on anybody that comes around me. That'll solve that problem. You see anyone come up to me, take them out. Johnny, you are afraid of your own mask. Shadow, I don't have a mask, but I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some. No, if they're going to be crazy, hey, like I told you, we are not locking that dude up. These people drove him crazy. He opened fire. You got a ton of people dead. When you learn to stop messing with people in this country that have the power to take this whole country out, you folks will learn the hard way. And that's what's going on. They're all screaming, well, he's got bios down there. Well, that's why I made the call to the government. I need some bios fast. We need a lot of equipment. And we're going into either civil war or Armageddon in America. I didn't bring this on. They did. I'm a retard making YouTube channels, making movies and anything. I didn't do anything. They did. Not me. I'm not wanted. I'm not nothing other than, well, probably the FBI. I imagine we're looking within the government branches because we know for these people to get away with they've been getting away with, somebody in the government is supporting these guys. And that's why we're looking at FBI and we're looking at other government politicians because somebody is funneling money, drugs, and stuff to these people and possibly overlooking that they are making their own biological weapons. So we're going deep in this, and whatever happens in the United States happens. The government knows. Many people have made calls. It's their problem if they didn't believe these people, but now there's too far gone. What is a militia? Biological weapons, Debbie. A metal militia. That's a rock music. They kind of they kind of consider themselves like a militia, but it's heavy metal. Gang, 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 gang. Ah, gang, 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 gang. We'll suck your souls out. Gang, 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 gang. We got anthrax. Gang, 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 gang. Which, I seen Anthrax. What a great band they are. I'll tell you that much. Boy, they killed that day. You know, and that's why they say they're Anthrax because they were unbelievable that day. Now, I don't give a crap what gang, what MC club, whatever they're in. And these women are just as crazy and they need to be stopped. This has gone on far enough. I would suggest the government came to me, how do we save money? And I'm like, well, I can save you trillions in taking these guys' pensions away from them. You know, they all claim they worked for the military, and here they are out raping and pillaging and invading their own country. So we pull all their. We really don't need soldiers anymore because our technology has come so far where everything will be unmanned here shortly. So what do? You want me to save you a lot of money, government? We pull their pensions. They no longer are affiliated with the United States military. They are done. And that's it. All benefits, all pensions pulled from them. I'm going to save this country a lot of money. And that's why this country loves me because we save this country money. Now, are we talking about Ernie or Warcraft? Ernie. We're talking about Ernie and the whole charade that this has gone on so far. We're talking also about war that they declared down south. You know, people on there making videos. They're going to take their government back all over flock cameras that have been here since 1980. Since 1980. Even Debbie was like, some cameras been around for a long time. Yeah, they sure have. Well, they don't even know what that camera does. It does many things. Mainly, it's just to watch the weather and the ground from moving up and down. You should sound like you're on your last couch leg. Oh, Johnny, you sound like you're on your. No, this is some other witch or someone trespassing on me or something. Some evil they sent to me. Some witch that sent something to me last night. Because I was fine before I went to bed. And then somebody attacked me and sent a message through these people that they're using these channels as just a cover. That's it. They are demonic. They are evil. They did send stuff. You got these people claiming they're God. You know what do we got in America? A bunch of crap. A bunch of crazy crap. I'll tell you that. All right. So Ernie is Debbie is saying Ernie is live. Well, he said he would be live once Prayer Garden was done. Then he was going to come back and talk to the militia, the Georgia militia, which everybody knows. Charlie Daniels sang the song "The Devil Went to Georgia," and he was looking for some souls to steal. He was in a bind. He was out of time, and he knew that well, he didn't have no deal. And so if Georgia wants to come in, this is just great. They are pushing so hard for a war in the United States. It's unbelievable what these idiots are doing. The Georgia militia should not be involved in the Tennessee mountains. Why didn't Ernie Shell go to the Tennessee militia and ask them to help? Why are you bringing in other states? Why you do? There's many questions. But to me, this is all a movie, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And that was my job when I signed up to YouTube. You know, that's it. Nothing's real. Nothing's true. Everyone, well, you got to be telling the truth. No, I don't. We don't when we make movies. Why would we know on YouTube? It's entertainment. That's what it's supposed to be. You only tell the truth when you're in the court of law, or you trust somebody or like somebody, then you're honest to them. But other than that, no, it's all just hearsay bullcrap. It was like I was telling them, it was me on the grassy knoll. People were like, "You were the one that killed him." No, what? I wasn't even born when that happened. You idiots. They can't even fact check their own history. They would have seen that. You weren't even born when that happened. Nope. You know, that's how stupid the world really is. Is Johnny attracted to Ernie? No, I'm not. You find that. You find this dude. I don't care if it's a woman. Find this dude in my chat. You know? Find that dude in my chat and bring him to me. Find Paige Turner and bring him to me. I don't care. Get a hold of some of the best of the best of the best. Track that number, and you bring that dude to me. I hope nobody is attacked to the scumbag Ernie Page, or I hope nobody is attracted to that scumbag Ernie. I'm sorry, I had to move over because I got half a TV screen right now. Page is a pirate FBI. Shoot him. He's a corrupt FBI. He's on the list. You find him, bring him to me, and we'll deal with him once you find him. Or her, whoever it is. Bring him. No, we're about ready to go psycho, folks. That's where I tune out and black out. And I don't care how many eyeballs I eat of yours or how many eyes I poke out your eyeball and eat in front of you. That's why they brought me in last time. But we're about ready to go full scale crazy. And there ain't nobody to hold us back. And we're ready. Keep the cameras rolling. So, what are they doing? Magic, witchery? I don't care. I can give two craps. Let's just go crazy on news. Crazy on news. You know, I can act just as good as Ernie Show. You know, I can do the same thing, but they attack me and send this spirit shit to me and all this crazy bullshit in the mail and emails and all this and threatening me every single day. It's no wonder I keep saying open fire. Keep doing what we're doing. You know, no, we're not going to put that guy in prison. They drove him crazy. He ran over them people because they drove him crazy. You're living in a country where the government's driving people crazy, so the government's getting open fired upon and everything. You know, I don't know who created it. I don't know. It might be end times for this country, folks. What do I think? I think this country was already hit by biological stuff, and they've been covering it up. And I do believe people did get into the United States military vault and has professional military grade chemicals. And I do believe these people are going to use it probably in America against these people down south. And I don't blame them. You drove the effing country nuts. They drove them nuts. I don't blame nothing. I can't wait to get rid of all this crap and get back to normal living. Paige Turner says Johnny fantasizes that Ernie is in the village, people. I don't fantasize about men. I'm a straight dude. That's why we're killing everybody. You have a heart, Johnny. What do you think? I'm gay? I was put on this earth to do one thing, stomp the shit out of your country when it needs to be. And that's what we did. What else do you want? What else do you folks want? The truth? We gave you the truth. We're here to do a job, clean up America. That's what we did. I don't know what to tell you. Debbie's blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Because I can act just as good as the rest of them. Have we done anything? Nope. In our movie, well, we already own America. You're all peasants in my movie. But other than that, no, we haven't done nothing. Are you kidding me? They ain't got enough money to get me off this couch. No, I'll just turn it over. We'll call Chicago and let Chicago handle it. I'm not worried about it. Debbie says, I don't want to hear this legal of craziness, this level of craziness. I know it's crazy. But you can't tell people what to do, Debbie. No. You can't tell people how to live their lives and all that, you know. You should be over there at Ernie's channel and the rest of them telling them people they can't do that stuff. Not here. You know it ain't me doing it. Shit, they ain't got enough money in their pockets to get me to leave this couch. I can tell you I want it. I will do. I will just go watch TV. Well, maybe this is we need you over in these channels, Debbie. You know, we need you over there. That's where America needs you, is over in them other channels, attacking them, telling them they can't do this. They can't make movies and all this stuff. You know, if we drop her in the middle of this, she might be able to, you know, get rid of them all. Maybe. I don't know. She might be able to. So there you go, folks. What do we know? Well, I know this much. This YouTube drama sector in the Summer Wells cases drove people to, we don't care about anything anymore. And people, you know, like Ernie Shell said, people are losing their minds. Well, why? Is it biological or is it witchery? Either way, they got to go. You know, either way, it has to happen, folks. I don't have to listen. I live in America. Yeah, well, too late now. They brainwash you. No, I'm not driving you crazy. I'm just making movies. Them YouTube creators, oh yes, I agree with you, Debbie. They're driving everybody crazy. I agree with you. And I bet you we're gonna find out that this is connected to certain people. I bet you we're gonna find out it's connected to two idiots, one in Florida and another one on the East Coast. I'm like, probably. They're probably right. That's why Ernie's always on the East Coast. Well, maybe they might be right about that connection. I don't think so. I think Debbie's been driving people crazy. H. Turner, at least that's what I've heard. No, no, Turner. It ain't me driving her nuts. I didn't even talk to her today, so it ain't me doing it. Well, at this point, Turner, I'm not really worried about anything anymore. Not a dang thing. Not a dang thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wish I would have never got into crime. I wish I would have never got into that sector. But it just so happens I got lucky. All glory goes to God. And solved a couple cases. Now the government will never admit it. The FBI that makes 150,000 a year are never going to admit it. There's police that make close to 100,000 a year. are never going to admit it, folks, that an idiot solved a case before they did. That's the thing. They're all pissed. They're calling me. We want you to work. You have a talent. I sure do. And these pricks are trying to steal it. And from where I'm from, I'm like Uncle Ted. You attack me, I wipe your whole country out. I Namasaki your whole country. Drop a atomic bomb on you. And you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy to do that. You got to be. Debbie says her life ain't too bad now that she's watching some of these YouTube creators. I would agree. Excuse me. I would agree 100%. I can give two craps no more. Let that out to the world and to all the lands of the USA. We give two shits anymore on this channel. We tried to do good. The devil wouldn't let us out of his grasp, so we got rid of the devil. And now you people are pissed. Well, his kids have come to bring his kids on. Bring it on, Satan. You've been attacking me since I come out of the womb. You know why I'm here. You know what's going to happen. And they're reaching for everything they can. They're using bios on me. They're using witchery, sorcery. This one idiot that lives here is trying to put people and trespassing on me and everything. And I'm just like, we've had enough of this. I can give two shits. If they threaten me again, I'm a civilian. I'm a mentally challenged person, whatever. We're going to open fire. And we called everyone, let them know we're going into this. And that's exactly what we're going to do is we're not standing down. They are pissed at me. Oh, they're pissed. They can't. Oh, they hate my guts. And I'm like, hate me? You hated my father. He died for your sins. And you want to smack me in the face with your devil worshiping crap in my country? Ain't happening, Jack. And that's a fact. And now everybody's going, oh my God, this movie is incredible. It sure is. It always was what I told you it was. One of the greatest movies ever being made right in front of their faces. Now, like I said, I'm going to let you folks know. Ernie Shell claims he is related to Johnny Depp. So that explains where Mr. Shell is getting all this silicone mask and all the latex mask and all the makeup and everything to disguise himself is probably from the movie business. And Miss Mama T was saying if anyone comes around you that's old, there's a good chance it might be Ernie Shell. So I just covered that problem. Anybody around me, my guys are told to take out. So whoever comes around me, if I just tip my hat or my head, they get taken out. So I can play the game of this all night long with you folks. I've been crazy for a long time. And growing up in the city and the suburbs of Chicago, you have to be crazy to survive. So we're right on schedule. We're right on time, and we'll keep this dream alive of mine. The dream of creating one of the greatest movies ever in the entire world. Some of the biggest guys are in this movie. I'm thinking of Brad Pitt, Lenny Williams, one of the greatest actors ever. Lenny Williams. Many people, Stallone and everybody coming in. You got to have some of the greatest script writers ever. Who's better than Stallone to write this script? I agree, 100%. Stallone. We will be voting for the great governor, if he runs, Jesse Ventura. The body. That's what we're going to be doing. It's either him or I don't know if Senator Kennedy's going to run for president or not, but we're looking at Senator Kennedy also possibly as the next president. We're also looking at Bernie Sanders. possibly the next president, maybe even possibly Bobby Kennedy. If he gets his head pulled out of his butt, possibly Bobby Kennedy as the next president. We're not sure. You grew up in Chicago the same way I grew up in downtown Los Angeles. Well, then you know what it means to, when you hear gunfire, take cover. You know what it means then to walk over dead bodies, to go to school, and to get to work. No big deal. We're going into a massive war in America. What can I do about it? I'm just making movies. Nope, I'm a sissy, Page Turner. Remember? I'm a sissy. Remember? So it ain't me doing it because I haven't left this apartment unless I got to go out and make a couple quid. Now we know the signal. Well, I wouldn't tell you what my real signal is for people to be taken out. Not that dumb, Debbie. I was just using nodding of my head of what the signal is. You grew up? No, I didn't grow up anywhere. I'm not from Chicago. No, I was never. No, I didn't go to high school at Grissom. I didn't go to high school at Andrew, Victor Andrew High School. I didn't. I don't even know where Chicago is. I'm not even from. I'm from the deep south. No, I didn't grow up the same as you, Page Turner. Not at all. I was a straight man, so no, no. Sorry. No, I'm not even from Chicago. I don't know what you're talking about, Page Turner. I'm from Los Angeles. The deep south, exactly. Exactly. I'm kind of shocked you haven't figured out who I'm related to yet, Page Turner. I'm really shocked. Page Turner knows exactly who I am and who my famous family was. Go on, Mr. Turner. Explain to them who you really are. Explain more of who I really am to these people. Maybe it will save your country. Maybe you can save your fellow man. Debbie says, you said you were from the streets of Chicago. Pick one. All right, I'll pick one. I'm from Los Angeles. Compton. From Compton. There you go, Debbie. How's that? Nope, I was never born in Chicago, although my birth certificate said that, but these people say I'm not, so I'm not. I was born in East LA. It's Compton. Back when the rap was big. Sure, I knew them guys. Ice Cube and Ice T and all them guys. Well, of course, you need Ice Cube to make Ice T, don't you? I would think so. So I know all them guys down there. It's unbelievable. Yeah, well, that's why I told you honkies not to get into the rap business because that's the brothers, right? They built it from the ground up. Now you idiot, you honkies come in and you're trying to take over the rap business. I'm like, this ain't gonna end up good. I know Ice and T, both of them, Ice and T, and with that's just crazy. It's just crazy. Debbie says, okay, so you pick California. Well, at this point, I pick California because that's what I'm. That's what Page Turner said. I'm not from Chicago. I'm from the streets of Los Angeles, Compton. F the police, Compton. You see me walking down the street, honky like a nigger roll, and I got a F a roll. So I'm from there, right? That's where I'm from. No, Debbie, don't try and change the story. You know it as well as I do. Paige Turner knows exactly who I am, exactly who my father was, and why I'm here and you folks ain't. That explains everything. Well, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about that, Debbie. You pick where you're from. You know, everyone keeps asking me today, where's Debbie live? Where's she at? This was all her problem. This all came from her. I was I don't keep track of women unless I wake up in the morning and roll over and that woman is in my bed. Right? That's what's crazy about all this. These people think I know where all these people are. I'm like, I have no idea. You ain't married to her? No, I'm not married to her. It's a chat YouTube movie channel, and she's just a chat wife. We're not really married. What? Don't, I told you guys that 50 times. Where is she? Like I would know. The only woman that I keep tracks of is the one that I'm bedding with, the one that I'm sleeping with, the one that has my heart. That's the only woman I keep track of. The rest of these women are other men's problems. They're not mine. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell these people. Debbie says, we are not in love or nothing. No, we're madly in love. It's been how long? 5 years, 3 years, whatever it's been, 2 years. Madly in love. Each night we have internet sex. That's right. I have a Johnny robot. She has a Debbie robot. Each night is just, it's so sexy listening to our robot sex, Johnny, would you lube me up right there? Ooh, I like it, big boy. It's just robots. We are, Debbie says, Debbie said, she's on that. Debbie said, we are just friends. That's it. That's all. Well, I don't know what to tell these people. You know, let me tell you something, folks. If I had a beautiful woman, YouTube would be the last place I'd be doing. Not unless she was a YouTube woman, then I would be on YouTube. But if I had a woman, I don't think I probably would be on YouTube right now, folks. I'm really sorry to say that, but if I was dating someone and they were in my bed sleeping and we were intimate and had a relationship, YouTube would be the last place that I would be. Debbie's throwing up now. That's great stuff, Debbie. More tears and more vomit. Debbie says, so one finds Johnny a woman. It doesn't matter that she looks like he will put it back over her head. Debbie, Debbie, that's paper bag. Debbie, why would I put a paper bag over a woman's face? That's just mean. Debbie, that is the best part of a woman is her face. I don't know what to tell you. Excuse me, you've been brainwashed. Debbie. All them channels you've been watching on the side, you've been cheating on this channel. You've been cheating on this channel, Debbie. What kind of man would cover up the woman that he's in love with's face with a paper bag as he made that? That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Let me. Here comes Page Turner. Let's see what he's saying. When Johnny is with a woman, she's picture patent. All's you people are. You need help. You folks really do. Take it from me, who has talked to psychiatrists and taken medicine and everything. You folks need help. And I'm not talking taking medication for a week, 6 months. You folks need medication. You need it fast. And you got to take it every day, once a day. And you got to keep on it because you're more crazier than I ever was. I would laugh too, Debbie. That's pretty funny what he's saying. Johnny said, "You will take any woman." No, I wouldn't. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Even I have speculations or whatever they are, scrapulations or whatever. If you can't look a woman in the face because she's that ugly, then you know, beauty is deeper than the skin. Supposedly, I don't know. But any man that's putting a paper bag over your face, Debbie, is not in love with you. You need to leave that man. That's unreal. Why would a man be doing that? Is that what he's been telling you? That's just sick. Who is this guy? No, I know we're not. No, I know we're just friends. But who is the guy that's telling you that? Let me tell you who it is. It's your sidekicks that are in my chat right now attacking me, that are telling you that are using you that way. You're a beautiful woman. You shouldn't be having to put a paper bag on as these dudes do whatever, say whatever. They're not in love with you, Debbie. They're not in love with you. They're lying to you. I'm going to be the one to tell you in front of Page Turner's face and the rest of them that you folks are lying to little Debbie. You're leading her on. You know, cut it out. You guys are very rude, very sick. You should be hunted down just for trying to talk her, telling her that. You people got problems. Now, just admit it, Debbie. They got problems. No man should have to put a paper bag over a woman's face that he's in love with to make love to her. That's just sick. You folks are all sick. You all treat women like crap. That's what I'm noticing on YouTube in these YouTube crime drama channels is the women treat men like crap and the men treat women like crap. And what does it scream out to me? No, it's an MC club because that's how they treat their women like scum. He said he wasn't doing her in the face. My brother used to say that. It is funny sometimes. Paige cracks me up. So your brother said that? This is sick. This is even getting more crazier. Debbie, Debbie, are you listening? No, just do what Fucci did. Do what the Foosmeister did. Just plead the fifth on everything. Just plead the fifth. Is your hair gray? I plead the fifth on that, uh, Judge. Are you wearing pants today? I'm going to plead the fifth on that. Are you a man or a woman? I'm going to have to plead the fifth on that, sir. What color is the desk that you're sitting at right now? I'd have to plead the fifth also on that. That's just crazy. Yeah, I plead the fifth. They always come here. What do you got to say, Kramer? I plead the fifth. You can't believe we're just trying to talk to you. Here's a hamburger or something. We just want, you're right about all this stuff. We're here to tell you. I plead the fifth. You got to help us. I don't have to do anything but plead the fifth. This is crazy, Kramer. Don't you know anything about, like I said, I plead the fifth on any questions any further from this point on. And then I use my recorder because I don't want to lose my voice in case I got to sing. I'm waiting for Led Zeppelin to call me, and they're like, one more show, Johnny. I'm like, I'm on it. I'm there. So I'm trying to save the vocal cords. So I taped me saying, I plead the fifth. So when they come, I just play the tape after I tell them one time, I plead the fifth. Oh, why? You can't plead the fifth, Kramer, on the whole world. And then I hit the tape, click, and it just says, I plead the fifth. And it saves my voice and everything in case I got to hit them high notes if Zeppelin ever calls me. If my pa ever calls me, that'd be Robert Plant who calls me. Like, I need you to fill in. I can hit them highs and everything. No, Debbie, I got to, because if they ever called, what if Aerosmith called and Steven's voice goes out? They need me one night, right? I got to have my voice. So I tape record everything so I can just play it and talk to people. Much like Stephen Hawkins, right? He had that recorder and everything. Hello, Mr. Hawkins. Hello, Johnny. And he was a great dude, very smart, very, very smart. And Stephen Hawkins was one smart little cookie. He's gone now. I know he's gone, but when he was around, that's how he used to communicate. He'd call up people and everything. Yo, Johnny, how's it hanging today? And it was just great. It was unbelievable, the communication that we had and everything. And he was also working on a lot of stuff where brain chips. Now, if you really want to talk to somebody, you want to talk to Stephen Hawkins because he was already paralyzed, right? He used a computer to do his talking. And he was also big into experiments and into funding brain chips and stuff like that so he could function. He was a pretty smart cookie. He was. Yeah, I agree 100%. He was a smart cookie. I know he's gone, Debbie. All the greats are gone. I know. I'll be gone soon here too. Right? I created too much stuff. I'm one of the greatest scientists on this earth. So I'll disappear here shortly too. I'll pop up somewhere. I'll send you a postcard once they decide where I'm going. I don't know. It could be Area 51. There's a lot of talk of me working at Area 51. If there's any aliens, I'll send you a postcard letting you know. I'll take screenshots of me next to them and everything, right? Selfies with them and everything. So there's a lot of talk. I don't know. But of course, if you've been following this channel for many years, it's only a movie, folks. It's a movie channel. No, I'm not going to hang out with the aliens at Area 51. No. Debbie, is there anything you want to say? I feel bad for her because these dudes are making her put a bag over her head. And she's a beautiful, crazy woman. I don't know why they're doing that to her, but Debbie, we'll find these guys. Don't worry. We'll find them. Nobody puts a bag over my head. I will kick their ass. I don't know. I don't know what they've been telling you, what they've been offering you, Debbie. It's obvious they've been offering you something to attack me and you know, your chat husband, right? They came in between a chat, a YouTube channel's chat wife and husband, and that's what they are, home wreckers. Home wreckers. Debbie says cattle prod them bitches. Well, that's probably what they're going to do. Probably. No, I didn't do it. I don't practice magic. I don't practice witchery. I don't practice none of this stuff. I pray to God. I give all glory to God. And, you know, I make movies and skits and stuff like that. I don't make a dime from it. You've seen some of my greatest work on silver screens already. I don't know what to tell these people. That was the truth. I finally got my soul back. I myself was a victim. I myself was brainwashed. I myself was crazy. It was all part of their plan. Now, let me tell you how this all happened, folks. It happened when I was about 18, 17, 18, and I was introduced into the bar scene at a young age. And when you hang around with people that have imaginations and are funny and great when they drink and everything, my life started in a bar. My story started in a bar. My family was funny. People like funny people. People like to go to bars, drink, have good times, and laugh. And that's what we did. And I did it at a very young age. And that's where most of my greatest stuff was. And, well, probably you can see on the silver screens. Yes, there are a couple times where we started bar fights. You know, jealous boyfriends and everybody. And yeah, it happens, right? You're sitting around cracking jokes, telling lies, spinning stories, whatever. You're there to entertain. And entertain is what we did. And people loved working with me when I was on job sites. When I was a carpenter, people used to love to work with me because, for one, I was funny. I made the day go by faster. And we worked. You know, I did my fair share of work. You know, there at 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, early rise to beat the heat. So I put in my time in the construction world. So did my family. Nothing was for free, folks. I had to work for everything I got with a disability. So I'm proud of myself. Although it's all been stripped away, although I lost everything and my mind, but never sold my soul. 8 bare California streets of Chicago and the deep south. Yeah. Johnny, where did the funny go? Right here. It's still all right here. That's why there's many fires in the many irons in the fire and many talks of many things. And I hope to get it off. I can use the money. I hope this all takes off. I hope the Kramer story comes off soon. Uh, you know, there's already a book out. Uh, You know, the Kramer book. There's already been Kramer uh, stuff done and everything. So we're just we're just working men. That's what we did, and we enjoyed working with these dudes. And they were all professional tradesmen. My father was big into remote control stuff, cars, uh, remote control planes, way before any of your drones, unmanned drones and remote control drones came out. You know, that's what we did. We rode dirt bikes when we were younger. We played sports. We went fishing. We took family vacation in Wisconsin, Minnesota, uh, down south, Kentucky, even deeper south than that. Been to Texas, and that's what we did. We worked for a living. Debbie says, and I'll meet you at the station, and you can go there 40 in a Clarksville at the station. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. And I won't be putting a bag over your head. Bing, 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 bing. Take the last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you at the station. Yeah, yeah, I'm funny. Funny enough to put my fist down your face. Which, if we were in a bar, I probably would have already did with a right hook, and then would have came the left with a broken beer bottle, and probably that's how you get on people's nerves, Turner. And I'm gonna write that into the movie. Scene one: beating the hell out of Paige Turner with a broken beer bottle. No, I'm right back to where I was. Whatever this demon curse was, whatever they've been doing, someone's paying them to do it, and I want to get a hold of the East Coast and want to get a hold of them. You know, want to sit down and have a talk. You can be there at 4:30 because I made your reservations. No, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Don't be show. Oh no, no, no. Don't be slow. Oh no, no, no. And we'll get there by 5:30 yesterday. No, we're just trying to solve the case, Page Turner. Now, whoever this guy Dave is that Shell's talking about, whoever Lori is, whoever all these people, I have no idea, and I don't have the evidence. So I have no idea who it is. Would it put it past me that some of these people that are movie stars or music stars are paying these guys to try and kill me? Uh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. I'm wondering if it's Dave Mustaine that's paying Ernie Shell. I heard they want to talk to Mustaine about this demonic stuff that he was talking about, using magic and witchery and sorcery and everything. I'm telling you, folks, they're going to be coming down hard on this shit, real hard. But I heard Dave Mustaine has found God and he's not into this dark magic. And he swears up and down that this stuff is real. I told you, folks, when Mustaine comes out and says this shit's real, you know it's real. When Dave Mustaine says this evil stuff and magic stuff is real, you know, I tend to believe it. That's when I was like, oh, crap, hell's froze over. No, Valdez, in my movie, I'll kill you slowly. Not in real life because I've been to jail before. I'm not that dumb to go back to jail. So, but in my movie, no, I'm going to hang you by your toenails. I'm going to hang you by your testicles if you have any. If you have any, I'm not sure. You know. But I can tell you this much: if you are a mafia boss, then my apologies because I didn't know who I was talking to, and that would go back to watch what you see. This is a lesson. Mafia guys always told me watch who you're talking to because you might not know who he is. He might be able to kill you without a blink of an eye. Well, so I agree with the mafia guys. My apologies are if you are a mafia boss. I had no idea. Of course, if I knew you were a mafia boss, then I would have gave you the respect that you deserve. You know, if you were like Sonny Bulger or Pat or Jesse Ventura or whatever, you know, and you were under an alt account, then I probably wouldn't be talking to you that way. Uh, if you were somebody up or above. But if you are, and I got the best of you, and my guys are already around you, well, that teaches you not to mess with idiots because you never know how powerful they are. Now, is there anybody that's got anything else to say? It is midnight. Is it midnight? It is midnight. I was going to try and get some Xbox in tonight and play some more Black Ops Call of Duty. I am nobody. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm not affiliated with any MC club. I'm not affiliated with no one. I'm not affiliated with the government. I'm not affiliated with any gangs. I'm not saying that I don't know people. But I myself are not affiliated with anybody. I plead the fifth on anything, and there are no mafias, there are no gangs, there are no MC clubs, there's none of this. It's all make believe. Sonny Bulger. I don't know Sonny. Who is he? I never seen him before. Who? Whitey Bulger? I have no idea who Whitey Bulger is. I've never seen him. Don't know what you're talking about. There is no Irish mob. I don't know what you're talking about. You need to sleep and wake up to do nothing. Exactly. And that's when you know you made it, chumps. That's when you know you made it, is when the government's giving you Section 8 complexes and all you do is sleep and wake up and that's it. That's when you know you're messing with somebody that can do serious damage. When all he has to do is go to sleep and wake up each day. Debbie says, oh my God, wow. Wow is right. I told you. I told you. Now you're getting somewhere, Page Turner. You need sleep to wake up and do nothing. That's right. That's when you know you made it big. Is when the government's trying to give you Section 8 divisions. And all you got to do is sleep and wake up the next day. That's when you know you made it. You just rubbing it in faces. When you scam the system. I didn't scam the system. I had the best of their nut jobs psychiatrists look at me. They poked me with every needle prod. They stuck me in the butthole. They stuck a scope down my throat. They looked in my brain. And they said, Mr. Kramer, you've had a disability for a while and now it's gotten to you. And I was like, yes, ma'am. They said, did you know that? I said, well, I knew that. But every time I tried to tell somebody I was having troubles, they all said, oh, you'll be fine. That's the story of my life. Is when I go and tell these people, they said, oh, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You know, my head was swollen like a basketball, and they were like, oh, you'll be fine. But back then, they didn't know what they know now about concussions, you know, and mental illness and stuff. A concussion will bring on mental illness. Debbie said that you said you are batshit loco. Yep, I'm batshit guana. Debbie says you're just rubbing it in our faces. No, I'm not. I'm letting you know that I have a disability and I worked my whole life without getting no money from this government. Recently, they said you're crazier than two coons fighting over a garbage can in a Chicago alley. And I said, you're dang straight. You finally figured it out, idiots. After 50 years of screaming for help. What's the body count? I don't know. You figure it out. Next time someone comes asking for help, you'll help them instead of telling them they'll be fine. Now you figure out where all the bodies are laying. Just good. I will tell these people whatever they want to hear. Debbie said, oh my God, we know this. Yeah, you know nothing but what I tell you. And that's it. Can you tell your story this time? No, I can't. I told enough stories. You folks figure it out. It ain't my job to figure it out. I'm the one with the disability. Bunch of idiots. I know it by heart. Well, tell it then. Tell the story of Johnny Kramer. Debbie said, Can I tell your story, Johnny? Nah, you can tell my story if you want. I know you won't get it right because you're a man hater. I think Daryl Hall and John Oates wrote a song about you. Oh, here she comes. Look out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. We know your story of fraud and stolen valor. Stolen valor. Yeah. I don't know how many times I got to tell them I was never in the military. Debbie said, you lost your mind. They took your trailer you had. So many concussions caused you never learn. So many cars, so many women. I only been with 5 women and I've only had one, two, three, four, five. I have one, two, three, four, I don't know, 5 or 6 cars. I'm not the player that you think I am. I'm not, I'm nothing. I'm no one. The Lord can't even use me. I've been broke for too many years. So many guitars. I did have a lot of guitars at one time. I have bought and sold a lot of guitars too. Oh, Debbie, I played for 5, 6 years on this channel guitar. Hell, I probably played 8 years ago. I was doing stuff on the internet constantly. I had 400 or 500 songs on the internet, and I had to get rid of them a lot because they copy struck me. I had to take them all down. Now I don't have too many left because I keep getting copy struck. They took back the double wide. Oh, they stole that double wide. The devil's been stealing from me since I was a kid. I was I was severely burned when I was younger at a very young age. So I know what pain is at a very young age. I was in a situation and got burned on my hand real bad, and I was just a young child. I know what it is to suffer and be burned, stabbed, numerous things, folks. I'm just trying to help these people. Yeah, I suffered that. I wish that on no child. I wish none of this on any human being. Yeah, well, that is true. The government has been using my script and my. I think Trump's trolling me. If you listen to Hegseth's speech, it is a. It's one of my scripts right off my YouTube channel, and I even did a video telling Trump, "Hey, Hegsfield is using my script, President Trump." Right? It's a copyright out of my book. It's a copyright off this page. Right? The whole Odin thing, the whole thing he was talking about, the whole thing he was talking. Yeah, that was right out of my channel when we were doing the Delphi case. Whole thing. I will cram a whole dab wide up Johnny's butt. You ain't gonna shove nothing in nobody's butt, woman. Sicko. How could you be good at sports with all that clumsiness? No, that's a curse. I wasn't clumsy. I was pretty good with my hands with football. Uh, so I wasn't clumsy. I could run like the wind when I was younger. And if you didn't come across the line wearing a football helmet and connect and Herod in the upper stadium, then you weren't a man and you weren't playing real football. Because we were taught to come across the line with head down and plow head on into another opponent. So if you couldn't hear helmets cracking in the Andrew High School stadium uh, seats, then you weren't playing football. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the way we were. Just crazy. And people always ask me, "Do you play football without a helmet?" Yeah, I literally did play football without a helmet because we would play. The neighborhood, West Haven, right next to Orland Park and Tinley Park. We had a giant field, all grass, and we would all meet at the end of the block in this field, and all the dudes from the neighborhood would have a big football game. And then the dudes that were older than us and bigger, that's where we learned it from, because the guys in our neighborhoods that were older than us would all go down to the field and they would have football games. And as we were growing up, we watched these guys play football, and then that's what we did. We went down to the football. A whole bunch of us would get together and we'd play football. That's what we did without helmets. and literally used our heads just as we seen them do and play on, on the field on Saturday morning. It was always a Saturday or Sunday game at the end of the block in the field. Or we would play in I had this one dude that I was friends with, and he had a big field next to his house, a vacant lot, all grass, and it was perfect size for playing football. And we'd all go over there Saturday and Sunday and play football. That went on until we were like 15, 16 years old. And then we actually went into high school. And what did we do? We became football players. We became wrestlers. Debbie says I'm prime example of wear a helmet. Exactly. That's how crazy we were. I had my head busted open many times. Many times. Oh yeah, we would all get together and play football Saturday and Sunday morning. If it wasn't football, it was army. If it wasn't that, it was riding our BMX bikes. If it wasn't that, if somebody had a go kart or something, or every Saturday and Sunday, that was it. And then we got older, and then we went to the roller rinks. Right, the chicks were all over the roller rinks. There was numerous things we did. We did some crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. It's pretty crazy because I don't know what it was. It must have been something in the water out there. But if we seen it on TV, we wanted to be it. We all wanted to be Walter Payton, but we were black, we were white, you know. But we still played, hey, I'm Walter Payton. When you're a younger kid, whatever, and you're out there, what are you doing? You become your hero. You know, I seen Evil Knievel jump on a motorcycle. The next thing I know, everybody was Evil Knievel in the neighborhood. We were jumping over garbage cans. We were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. No, you're the fairy, Page Turner. Like I said, there are going to be some people that come looking for you. I suggest you go with them because I want to have a talk with you. No, I just want to have a little talk with you. They'll find you. Don't worry. These guys are real good. Some people say they're the government, but they're going to find you. They're going to bring you to me because that's how much power I have. And then we're going to sit down and talk. Now, I know you're either a big guy, gangbanger, mafia, something, but we're going to have a talk. Just you, me, and a couple guys. Being I threw my shoulder out when I was in a fight. So I can't hit too well like I used to. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try. Debbie was Billy Jack. Well, we killed Billy Jack. He touched the wrong person. Paige is a bad boy. Well, Paige will be able, we're going to find out how bad boy he is. We'll make sure our guys locate that phone, pick him up, and they will bring him to me. And then we will have a talk. We'll see how tough he is. Billy Jack, what the F, Paige? F off. No, Debbie, I got rid of Billy Jack a long time ago. You should know that. You should know that. And I told him, I'm going to take this right foot and I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on the left side of your face, and there's nothing you could do about it. And that's what I told him, and that's what I did. Oh yeah! Okay, I almost kicked over the. I almost Johnny kicked him, but I almost tipped over the microphone. But anyways, yeah, he's dead. He's gone. He was a great actor too. He was a great actor. Now, is there anything you want to say, Paige Turner? Is there anything you want to say? Debbie is not Billy Jack. Debbie is a woman, not a man. Does anybody have any other questions? I can tell you stories all day long. You know, I can bullshit with the best of them. I'm not even from Chicago. I never was born there. I never lived there. I have no idea who you folks are talking about. I have no idea who you are. I never was even in the United States of America. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm an actor that was paid and shipped here. I have no idea what you're talking about. Everything was a lie to you folks. Debbie said, I knew what? Don't mess up the mic. I knew you was a bull rider at the rodeo. Oh yeah, I used to go to a rodeo. I used to know this little chick out west that her brother was like a national champion and shit. This blonde haired, big breasted chick out west. I wonder what she's doing. I haven't seen that chick in a while. She was sexy. But I think her brother was like national champion bull riding and shit. No, I'm not. No, I didn't ride bulls. If I rode bulls, then that was me that rode bodacious. She was a buckled bunny. She might have been. I'm not sure. All I know is that uh, she told me that her brother was a champion bull rider. Showed me photos and everything. I was like, "Good God Almighty, has he got any testicles left?" No. She's like, "No, not really, but that's the price you pay for riding bulls." And I was like, "Good God, give that guy a medal." No. But then she's like, "Well, he won a medal. That's why he's national champion." Oh, all right. Okay. Remember the 70s? We were all afraid of quicksand. I was never afraid of quicksand because I lived in Chicago where there was no quicksand. So- oh, wait, I didn't live in Chicago. Where I lived, there was no quicksand. So I wasn't worried about quicksand growing up because where I lived, not Chicago. I never lived in Chicago. I don't know anybody in Chicago. I don't know the Pope. Never lived there. I don't know what you're talking about. You got the wrong Johnny. Remember? No, I don't remember anything past the 70s. I had a concussion, so I don't remember too good. Now, is there anything else you want to say? Any other questions? Any other questions? Exactly. That's what I thought. The only place you had to worry about quicksand was if you lived by a swamp. I didn't live by a swamp. One tin soldier rides again. God save your neighbor. Go ahead and tell a friend. Now that was a great movie. Billy Jack. Don't kill him, Billy. I'm going to take this right foot and I'm going to smack you right in the side of your left head. And there ain't a dang thing you can do about it. Yeah, I seen that movie. It was great. It was great. No, Page Turner, don't try and apologize now. It's too late. The guys are already watching my channel. I already got a text message. They're close to your house and they're tracking your phone. Pack some clothes, tell your wife and children and everything you'll be back, maybe. But you and me got to have a little talk. We just got to have a little talk. Don't worry about it. It's just a little talk. No, you'll be perfectly safe. We're just going to have a little talk. Nah, don't worry about it. No, cut it out. I got morals and scripulations and all that. Just cut it out. We are going to have to pick up Dave and Lori just to make sure that they're not the ones that are supplying Ernie Show with money and women or whatever. But just to be safe. Remember on this channel, you folks are innocent till proven guilty. Okay? I can't believe everything these idiots are saying. So everybody is innocent till proven guilty. Or until you piss me off and I just send some people to come and, hey, Mr. Turner, which that ain't your real name. We just need to talk to you for a minute. No, it's no biggie, Debbie. No biggie. Just do what the guys tell you to do that are coming to your people's houses. You'll be all right. No, not a word. We plead the fifth. I have no idea where these people went. I have no idea. My best guess is they probably pissed off somebody and they disappeared. That's probably my best bet. Oh my God, what'd you hear, Debbie? Did I fart? I probably farted. Not even known it, maybe. I was watching a channel yesterday and a woman got on panel and she started talking and she got done talking and the next thing you hear is, and she's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Everybody started laughing. She's like, it's normal. People fart. Hold on a minute, folks. I'm getting some intel coming in right now. Hold on a minute. No, you didn't hear that, Debbie. Check message. No, that's not what you heard. No. Hulk. Oh, Hulk. Well, a lot of people don't realize that when I was growing up, I had a temper and a concussion, and I would fly off the handle. Some people would call me Little Hulk, and that's where the movie Hulk came from. No, you didn't, Debbie. You're hearing stuff. You're hearing things within your own head. You didn't hear that. You heard me? No, no, you didn't. Debbie said, "Yeah, okay." I don't know why she thinks she knows everything. Intel is a stranger to you. No, these guys ain't stranger. No, they're great guys. You'll love them on the way here. Just pack some clothes and tell your family you'll be back one day. You'll be okay, Turner. Don't worry about it. I just need to talk to you about something. Debbie says, I have three of the same. It's a disconnected sound. It's a what? No, Debbie, you're hearing things. You're hearing wind chimes in your mind. You know, you're hearing something, but it ain't me. I think I need to make a cup of coffee. No, why would I want to bullshit a bullshit artist, Debbie? Anybody knows that you can't bullshit a bullshitter. So why would I even try doing that? How many more times do I have to go through this with these humans, Lord? Debbie, you can't play a player. Debbie, oh, Debbie, for one, I'm not a player. So you can't play somebody that ain't a player in the game of being played. But I do know that you played me like a fiddle. But that's okay because from what the intel tells me, after they pick up Turner, they'll swoop down into your area in the Carolinas and they'll pick you up. And we need to have a little talk. No, no, you'll be fine. Just pack some clothes, tell your family you'll see them again maybe one day. Now, just do that and you should be okay. You don't want to be hogtied and thrown in the trunk all the way from there to here. So just do what they tell you to do and you'll be perfectly fine. I'll return you after we're done. The same thing with Paige Turner after I'm done. We will return you to your family, because that's one thing we don't do. We don't interrupt families' lives. Just one day we'll send you back one day. I can't tell you when that day will be, but one day you will be sent back to your family. It's all right, Debbie. You don't need to laugh yourself to crying. You're laughing so hard you got tears coming out. You are going to interact with me, Paige. You are going to interact with it. Yeah, you're going to have to talk to Paige probably when you're coming from wherever you guys are to here. So we can have this little talk. So you guys might, I don't care what you guys do on the way here in the back seat. I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't say anything because these guys probably will duct tape you and throw you in the trunk all the way from the Carolinas, all the way up to here. And I'm not like that. I mean, me myself, I wouldn't do that to you folks, but these guys will. So, but that's okay. That's why they work for me and not use, obviously. But we're just gonna have a talk. Like one day we will return use. I'm not sure what day, but one day it is going to be a limo. I don't think it's going to be a limo. It'll probably be a vehicle that looks like a Cadillac. It'll probably it'll no, it'll probably be a Cadillac. They got big trunks, and these guys probably will be dressed in black suits, pinstriped, and might have a slight Italian accent to them, but you'll be perfectly fine. I will send breadsticks uh, and garlic butter, so you guys have something to eat while you're on your way here. Yes, Paige could read you a book as you're coming up here, so we can have our little talk. It's not going to be a limo, Debbie. It'll probably be a Cadillac, dark color, tinted windows. Two big guys are going to get out of it. They're going to come to your door. They're going to knock. They're going to say, "Are you ready to leave?" Whatever your name is, and you just say yes, and they'll say, "Okay, this way." And whether how you react is whether you drive in the trunk or you drive in the back seat is the way you act. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't do this. You brought this upon yourselves, not me. I don't know what to tell you. I am kicking your ass when I get there, Johnny. I probably not. These guys are pretty big. I don't think you'll be doing anything to me when you're here. You can try, but if I know the guys that they sent, you're probably not going to go ahead. You're probably not going to be kicking no ass, Debbie. Not on this trip. Maybe another one. But after we're done with our talk, we will send you back there somewhere in that area, drop you off somewhere out there. We're not sure where, somewhere. You'll be all right. No, you'll be okay. You'll have Paige Turner to hold on to, Joey Bettafuco himself. You'll have him to hold on to tight, as they drop you off uh, somewhere out there where you live in a field or something, a hole or something. I'm not sure, somewhere out there. So me and Paige are riding in the trunk probably. If this is the kind of attitude you're already giving me, then probably you'll probably be riding in the trunk. You'll be okay. Because you're wanted, and I got the bounties on you. So just do what they say. We'll come here, have a talk. I might bond you out, maybe not, and then we'll drop you off somewhere in your state. There is a southern bird for you. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, don't worry about it. Your guinea fowl will be fine. Have your kids feed them. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it. No, it's too late to talk yourselves out of this. It's just too late. It's too late to say sorry. It's too late. Can I ride with Christopher? No. No. Paige thinks I'm a man. Well, I'm not sure. A lot of people saying you are, so we're going to find out. We're going to find out exactly who these people are. Oh, you should be fine. Don't worry about it. Now, is there anything else you need to know? We've been doing this back and forth, acting, content, whatever it is, drama for 2 hours now. Have you guys had enough? I have. I don't know. I don't want this thing attacking me again. I was feeling pretty good, Lord. Thank you very much. Whoever my angels were. Now, I'm asking my angels right now to help me again if you can, Lord. Get me to feeling good again. Somebody did something. You know what? F off all of you is what Debbie is saying. Uh, no, Debbie, you'll be all right. I'm going to let you ride Bodacious when you get here. So make sure you have a doctor's note saying that you're perfectly in good shape to ride Bodacious. And then after we're done with our meeting, you can go back. No, you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Now, you folks have a great night. God bless. And go run and get me a pack of cigarettes and come back and relax. No, you're dumb, Debbie. I'm just an actor. I'm just a man that has a YouTube channel and has a incredible mind. Which most of these YouTubers, well, they stole most of my stuff. So Debbie has gone. We can tell Debbie's stage of mind. Debbie has gone from, you know what, F off, all of you can, to you're so dumb, to you're going to let me, huh? I don't know what's wrong with this woman. Someone get her some psychiatric help, something, pills, something. All glory goes to God. Lord, I'm under attack by these witches again, these demons, whoever they let in, whatever. If this person is sick and they're just hiding or seeking shelter within me, Lord, I'm not the Lord, I'm not Jesus. They should be seeking shelter in thy King of Kings, God, not me. So if they are sick, heal them if you can, Lord. In Jesus' name. Amen. If not, and they're demonic and demons, then Lord, bind them if you must and take them out of my life. And also take them out of my viewers and subs' lives. Also, bind these demons and cast them out of us. In Jesus' mighty name. In Jesus' mighty name, Lord. Bind them with the chains of Jesus, dipped in Jesus' blood. And heal them if they must be healed. Or set them aside to the fiery lake so they do no longer interfere with our godly lives. Amen. Can I get an amen? Amen. You're going to be screaming for Jesus. Well, I know. I already have. I can already tell it's demonic witchery that they're using and magic and voodoo. I'm not joking, folks. There's literally talk of we're going back to medieval times to punish these people. Literally. I know it's demonic. I know they're witches. I know they're using black magic, witchery, sorcery, white magic, honky magic, biker magic. They're using magic, Lord. And I'm requesting we sweep and clean this whole country again, this whole earth in Jesus' name. I know it sucks, but this world is that evil, that corrupt. In Jesus' name, if that's what it is, have mercy on us all. And I would rather you do that, Lord, than what we're dealing with on this earth. Since I got to be here by myself all the time, well, you're never alone, Debbie. There's always other people watching, other people that are streaming this. I'm going broadcasting over millions of people are seeing this, Debbie. You're never alone. When you're here with me. So that makes me. And you, that makes two. See how that works? One plus one is two. And where there is at least one who is talking of the Lord's name, surely you'll find thy King of Kings. So you're wrong about that again, which I don't blame you for being wrong because you've been full of these demons. So it's not your fault, it's these demons' fault. Yeah, you're bored of it. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I'm bored of it too. I think I need a say so. Well, you always have a say so when you're here. You always have your voice opinion when you're here. That's why you come here, is because you're able to say what you want. You don't get timed out. Mm. And plus, the channels that came from were crazy. And remember when you first came here, I said, and you told me what channels you were from, and I said, well, it's gonna take time, but I think I can fix you. And you were like, they did this to me, they did that to me, they did this, that. And I was like, see, they brainwashed you. I remember when I told you that, I did tell you that, I do believe. And I said it'll take time, but I I can't promise anything. And look at how far you've come already. I mean, you've made so much stride where you've not threatened to kill me 70 times. You're making headway. Now, see, that's only one time today that you said I will feel your wrath if I time you out. See, you're making progress slowly but surely. One woman at a time, I will save from this Ernie Shell channel. One woman at a time. Debbie, they are looking for you for witchery, sorcery, and voodoo. That is true. And I do believe someone's going to be using that voodoo and witchery and magic and voodoo dolls on you. And what are you going to do when they do that? See, you exposed yourself that you're a witch, a known voodoo artist, formerly known as Debbie, but now they call her Voodoo Queen. That's no joke. That's true. It's better than what I said last night. Well, last night you sent pure evil to me. You sent me someone else's sickness, madness, and disgust, and And I'm still mad about that. Thank you because I'm so good that I forget about it. I forgave you. I said, I forgive you for what you did to me. And, you know, God bless and got to move on. Debbie said, and then you took, yeah, 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 yeah. Outside, yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't do anything last night. I was dying last night after you sent that demonic curse or demon on me. But I'm going to end this because I need to run to the gas station. Well, that's why you're acting like a demon, Debbie, when every day it's the same thing with you. Same questions. I'm like, what, Deb, you're a demon. You're a demonic, what do they call it? A succubus. Every day it's the same thing. You attack me every day. Then you tell me to bend down and kiss your ring. Then you tell me that you're God. Yeah. Every day I'm like, this is repetitious over and over again. And then you light my balls on fire with your voodoo doll. I sit here in pain, crumpled up, begging God to save me as you're playing and sticking pins and doing all kinds of stuff with that voodoo doll you got. And folks, that's true. She even showed it on my channel. People thought I was lying. I'm like, no, she has a voodoo doll. I mean, she claims to be a acclaimed witch. She's real. Well, she claims she's a real witch, but a good witch. I don't know if they're good witches or not. I'm not sure. I don't crap. I don't have to take F around and find out. See, she's mad. I'll be suffering for that, but you know, yeah, this is the truth. That's the truth. She's a man hater. That's what they're saying. Man eater. I think that's what I'm not sure. Man hater or man eater. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what one. I ain't got time to figure it out, folks. I've been pretty busy lately. Debbie said, so I sent one. Exactly. No, I do think you should be punished in public for doing that. That is the truth. She did send a demon to me. And that's what I'm trying to tell people 100%. We need to go into this war. It's demonic. These people are purely demonic. You know, she's not lying to you folks. She is not lying at all to you folks. Too late now, Debbie. It's already taken effect on me now. I'm right back to where I was. I was feeling too good, Lord. All glory goes to God or whoever it was. But now that was the evidence that the government needed for the United States now to do exactly what Putin and the rest of them are doing. Literally, I think Russia said 10 years uh, to possibly execution for using black magic, witchery, sorcery, and worshiping the devil in Russia. 10 years, I think, to life in prison, possibly, depending on how evil they are, uh, execution. And what's crazy is other countries now are jumping on board saying, yeah, it's demonic. Oh, well, thank you calling it back, Debbie, but you've already exposed yourself. All glory goes to God to exposing what she has done to me. My manhood probably will never be the same. Debbie said, you're demonic. I'm not demonic. I don't use witchery or sorcery. Well, forgive her, Lord, for she knows not what she does. And these people probably drove her crazy. She came from them channels that them people treated women like crap. They literally treated women like crap over there. You were just a money object to them, Debbie. That's all you were to them other channels was a pocketbook, Debbie. Now, see, there you go, folks. She's she's telling people someone's doing it to me right now. I told you, this is why we're doing what we're doing in the United States. It's real. I want to go full scale war in this country against this demonic stuff, and no man or woman in this country will ever practice witchery again, or they will be punished and executed in public. No, I can't breathe. All right, I'm going to go. It was nice playing with you guys, acting, movies. Folks, you've been watching the Johnny Kramer Music Movie Channel, one of the greatest movie channels probably in the world. And God bless you all glory to God. Nothing is real, but you folks went ahead and attacked me, poisoned me, and did stuff. So that made it real. And now all bets are off the table, and everybody is fair game in the United States of America. God bless. It's great to hear from y'all again. Sweet dreams, Debbie. Now, folks, get some sleep, Debbie. You need it. Folks, I'll probably be back with some Xbox Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, maybe. Uh, Debbie, you sleep good. Thank God. All glory goes to God. Be safe. Lock your doors and windows. And now we have all the proof we need to do what we need to do in this country. Thank you all. I could barely breathe now. Someone's doing it, so we must follow through. God bless. It could be another country doing it. Some people are saying the United States is becoming England. So it might be England or somebody, which makes sense because I did some history on this stuff. And that's what they practiced back in the day in that country in London and England was magic, witchery, and sorcery. Yeah, pretty crazy, but maybe. Now, you folks have a great night. Debbie, be safe going down the stairs. I don't know how many times you're going to fall down them stairs, but be safe. And I might be back with Xbox or something, but I need to run to the store. I'll be back.